Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Bizzle Haulage. Today we're in something a little bit retro, as you can see. It's not exactly the most modern truck inside, quite older looking. Nice bit of wood there for you. Let's have a look on the outside, let's see what it is. Yeah, it's the Mercedes-Benz Actros MP1. This is the very first Actros Mercedes made. Released in 1996, it won the Truck of the Year award in 1997. This is a black one, nice solid black. It's got the V8 engine and it's 530 horsepower. It's only available as a 4x2. I've downloaded a mod for it, excellent mod. Only available as a 4x2, but it's compatible with lots of other extras, so I've managed to get steel wheels on here, 50k's pack of steel wheels, and there are a few other bits inside. It's compatible with the DLC, the interior DLC, so you can have your cool box and your glasses on the dashboard if you so wish. So let's reset the view and let's get motoring. We shall have a little journey. Now today we are going from Liverpool and we are going to Pecs, or I think you would say it as Pecs, in Hungary, so it's quite a way, and this will be a journey over probably 4, maybe 5 parts in fact. It will be quite a long one, but it will give me an excellent opportunity to give this truck a really thorough and full workout. So it's quite a long way we go. We go across from Netherlands, through Belgium, into Germany, then into Austria, then down into Hungary. So it is a long journey. Let's see how long it is exactly. It is 1,363 miles. Yep, that is a long way. So let's turn the route advisor off. Let's get a clear view. And let's get going. Downloaded as well as another mod available for it, which adds a sound pack. So this is the V8, as I said, so you've got a V8 sound. The wheel will be noisy again. I haven't yet managed to quiet it down and see nothing coming. Yeah, we're okay. Excellent. So this is 16 tons for pairs. And right, let's just have a look. 15 tons of pairs. By 530 horsepower. Should do pretty well. It's not struggling so far. Engine sounds pretty nice. Helping it along as well is a 16-speed automatic gearbox. This one has a retard. There's 2 gearboxes available, both 16-speed, and basically the choice is find in a discount store, like really odd pants. In fact, I'm sure my mum used to have 2 towels like that in a similar kind of pattern. I think they were, if I remember rightly, I think they were navy and orange. They were a bit weird. They were still in our cupboard for a good few years after we used them when Maudie's away. They look like beach towels or seats. How styles and tastes change over the years. 55 miles per hour. We're doing really well so far. First impressions are quite positive. Let's have a look at the display. Let's see what fuel economy we're getting. So at the moment we've got a standard display here for cruise control gear. Fuel level 553 litres. 1,074 miles, so we will run out before we get there. That's one thing as well. This truck, it only uses the fuel capacity from 1 tank. It doesn't use 2 like most of the 4x2s do in Euro Truck Simulator. This only uses 1 tank, so it's just a 600 litre tank. So it doesn't know that it's got 2. Fuel economy is 65.7 litres per 100. That's what 2 show. Not too bad at all. The noise this thing is making, the pack, may become a little bit wearisome after a while. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's have a look on the outside and see how she looks. She's a nice looking truck still. Not a bad one at all. Still looks quite classic. In fact, if you put clear indicator lenses and orange bulbs on the front and swap the rear lights for some LED units, it would look like quite a modern truck still. The Actros MP1 was reasonably ahead of its time in terms of design when you think about it, and you compare it to what was out at the time. The likes of the Scania 3 series, I think it would be, the Volvo FH, the original Volvo FH, and the MAN. What was it? MAN, I don't know. It wasn't the TGX, it was one before that. I can't remember what it was called. Names escape me now. When you compare it to what was out in the market at the time, Mercedes were a bit ahead of the time, most definitely. The MP1, the MP2 still look pretty fresh. You don't see many MP1s around now. I saw one earlier, funnily enough. That was the first one I'd seen in about 2 years. When you think about it, for the early ones now are nearly 20 years old, so it's no wonder really you don't see very many around, because a lot of them will probably have been scrapped or exported to countries like Kenya and Namibia and places like that, which tend to be good grounds for our older trucks to go to. It's quite common in the UK actually for our trucks, once they've been used for a few years, to get exported to other right-hand drive markets, less developed. So like Kenya is a prime example. There is a truck dealer somewhere in the northwest of England, I can't remember what they're called now, but they specialise in exporting vehicles from the UK to less developed right-hand drive markets, and that's where a lot of them end up once the big fleets are done. Let's put the cruise control back on. Let's see how she pulls up this hill. Wants to do that. I'll put the route advisor up, see what speed we get out of it. 30 miles an hour isn't bad. It's not bad up here. It's pretty constant. It's not slowing down either, but it is a little bit. Some trucks do not like this hill. I think it's the way they're geared. This seems to be geared pretty well. listen to that when I flash the lights. Boom, 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 boom. Indicator stalks. Actual sounds like you're in the cab. Just going to try it in manual mode for a minute, see how it copes up this hill. Because these slip roads are not good for some trucks. Oh, actually, that's reasonably impressive. I wasn't expecting it to go to 20 there. And this isn't the most powerful one. There was on top of this, there's another V8, same size engine, just different power. It's a 576 horsepower, I think it is, so it's badged as a 57. So this is the 1853, that would be the 1857. There's a V8 below this as well, there's a 1848, which is 480 horsepower. As for the V6s, that's what's below the V8s. They are 44, 40, 38, 34 and 32, I think. I will double check that when we get to the garage, just to see if this 16-speed gearbox does exist. And we'll have a look at some of the options that are available for this truck. I'm pretty impressed so far. I can see where my MP4 gets it from. Absolutely. Really nice drive so far. This is another series I'll be doing. What I'll be doing is because I was born in 1991, so I'm 24 now. And I remember all these trucks when they were brand new. So I'll be doing a little series called Trucks of the 90s, which will be a look at several different models of older trucks. So the first generation Volvo FH, the Scania 3 and the 2 series. I remember there being lots of 2 series around when I was younger, 2s and 3s in particular. What else will I look at? Looked at this one, and there'll be a few others. Now, as for trucks of the 90s, unfortunately, if you're a resident of the UK, you'll remember the likes of Foden, ERF, and Seton Atkinson, and what was the other one called? Other manufacturers, but I'm sure it was. Now those manufacturers are long since gone. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do those because nobody's done mods of those trucks. But in case you're a viewer from Europe and you're not familiar with those names, Fodens were basically DAFs in a fancy suit in the late 90s and 2000s. They used to be an independent manufacturer, but they got bought out by Packard, I think, and eventually they folded in 2007. They were basically DAFs with slightly different options and a slightly different look. The front ends were different. Foden Alpha was one of the main ones they did. That had options of Cummins and Cat engines. I think there was a couple of others. ERFs were essentially MANs with a different badge towards the end of their life. They were basically along the same lines as ERFs in terms of the options, whereas an MAN TGA had only MAN engines. The ERF ECX, I think it was, that had options of different manufacturers' engines and different trims inside. And Seton Atkinson bought out by Iveco, so they had basically an Iveco cab with a Seton Atkinson badge on it. That was it. I think there may have been some other differences, but I can't remember very much of Seton's. I think they were one of the first out 3 to go. But I'm sure if somebody will know a bit more about older trucks than I do, so I'm sure somebody will be able to tell you a bit more on Wikipedia. Fodens, I remember them quite well actually. There's a UK supermarket called Morrison's, and Morrison's used to had by a lot of Foden lorries up until I think about 2 years before they went under. Foden, Morrison's used to buy loads of their lorries. In fact, I think they just buy DAFs now. Right, here we are for the ferry. Let's turn her off. Ooh, the engine just makes a bit of a rumble when you turn it off. Listen. Got a little bit of a rumble. Very nice, I like that. I like the sound pack on this, it's very good. So we are going to Europort. So I'm going to embark there and rejoin me for part 2 and I'll be off the ferry and ready for the long journey down to Hungary. So for now, thank you very much for watching and goodbye for now.